On this week's Cultural Frontline, we're talking to musicians and performers fighting injustice and sparking debate. Malian singer-songwriter Fatoumata Diawara tells us why she chooses to be a voice for the voiceless.
I've been fighting to be where I am today. That's why I said, okay, many girls couldn't survive. I am an Amazon. I have to be the voice for all those girls who couldn't be who they wanted to be.
And Armenian-American singer Serge Tonkian on rock music and rebellion.
It's the music that a lot of youth gravitate toward at a time in their lives where they question things, where they rebel against the norms, and rock music seems to be the language of that particular feeling and emotion.
That's all coming up on the Cultural Frontline after the latest BBC News.
BBC News with Sue Montgomery. Police in London have been heavily criticised for breaking up an unauthorised vigil for a woman allegedly kidnapped and murdered by a policeman. Officers forcibly removed women who were paying tribute to Sarah Everard in a park near where she was last seen as she walked home 10 days ago. As Nick Ardley reports, the police action has prompted widespread condemnation in Britain.
The Home Secretary, Priti Patel, has said that she found some of them upsetting. She's asked for a full report from the Met Police. London Mayor Sadiq Khan as well, saying that he's worried by what he's seen and he's asked for an urgent explanation from the Met Commissioner. The Labour leader, Keir Starmer, saying the scenes in Clapham this evening are deeply disturbing. The Liberal Democrat leader, Ed Davey, has called for the Met Commissioner, Cressida Dick, to resign over this.
The former president of Bolivia, Evo Morales, has demanded punishment for the people involved in what he described as a coup against him in 2019. His comment followed the arrest on sedition charges of the woman who succeeded him, Janine Áñez. Our Central America correspondent Will Grant reports.
The former interim president, Janine Áñez, described her arrest as irregular to a local television news team when she arrived at La Paz airport with a large police escort. There is not a grain of truth to the accusations, she said, describing the charges of terrorism, sedition and conspiracy against her as simple political intimidation. Later, pictures emerged of her in police custody as she was being processed. Several members of her former administration are also facing similar charges, as well as the ex-military and police chiefs who demanded Evo Morales' resignation following a disputed election in late 2019.
A minibus carrying Argentina's president Alberto Fernandez has been attacked by dozens of anti-mining protesters in the country's Patagonia region. More from our Americas editor, Leonardo Rocha.
Footage from the incident shows angry protesters encircling the minibus as Mr. Fernandez left a community center in Argentina's southern province of Chubut. Security appeared to be quite weak, allowing activists to get close to the president, push him and even punch some of his advisors. The protest was organized by groups opposed to the resumption of large-scale open-pit mining for gold, silver and uranium. They say this will damage the environment and harm indigenous lands.
Federal investigators in the United States say they've made significant progress in their probe into the killing by police of a young black woman, Breonna Taylor. The FBI statement came on the first anniversary of her death. The failure to bring murder charges against the police who shot Miss Taylor dead in her home has sparked repeated protests. World News from the BBC. Police in Belgium say several officers have been hurt in clashes with youths on the fringes of a Black Lives Matter protest in the eastern city of Liège. Demonstrators were protesting at the arrest of a young black woman on Monday. She has accused officers of racism, which they deny. A police spokesperson said youths dressed in black broke away from the main group with the express intent of looting and smashing up the city centre. The editor-in-chief of Germany's best-selling newspaper has temporarily stepped down while he's investigated over allegations of bullying. Julian Reichelt has been accused of abusing his power by several women at Bild. John McManus reports.
Bild's publisher Axel Springer said that Mr. Reichelt has asked to be temporarily released from his position while the allegations are investigated. It says that at the moment there's no evidence to support them. Those allegations, first reported by rival news magazine Der Spiegel, are that the editor-in-chief promoted interns with whom he had affairs before sidelining or firing them. The publisher said that Mr. Reichelt denied those accusations, which would be examined by external experts.
China's Foreign Ministry office in Hong Kong says visa applications from the territory to the mainland will be simplified for foreigners who've had the Chinese-made coronavirus vaccine. Beginning on Monday, anyone who can provide a certificate showing that they've had the Chinese-produced vaccine will be exempt from taking a test for the virus and will have less paperwork to complete. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed sympathy with the victims of the latest mass kidnapping and said he hoped they would soon be found and returned safely to their families. 39 students in northwest Nigeria were seized from their college on Thursday night. The attack in the outskirts of Kaduna City was the 5th mass abduction from a school since December. BBC News.